You could be the best skateboarder in the world if you could bail every trick safely. The key to progression and the key to longevity on a skateboard is just staying safe so you can come back and practice again tomorrow. But before we get started, I must say, the safest way to bail is to not bail at all. Make sure when you're riding a skateboard, you're skating well within your abilities to keep yourself safe. I'm a huge proponent of padding up, so you could wear knee pads, elbow pads, helmets, butt pads, wrist guards. Whatever you have to do to stay safe is the right choice. Okay, let's get into some common bails. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any video from us. Keep in mind, we're going over bails here, which is when you fall, borderline on purpose. You can see the fall coming, so you can react to it in the right way. You're committed to the bail once it starts. That's very different than slams, where you just don't see it coming and then splat, you hit the ground. With the right instincts, you have the chance to turn slams into bails, but you never want to turn a bail into a slam. No matter what, avoid the common beginner mistake of landing with locked legs. If you land with locked legs, there's really no way for you to get off your board safely, because if that thing shoots out, you're gonna tip over and hit the ground pretty hard. Soft knees give you the ability to jump off of the board for the eject button, or give you the time to actually get low enough to just sit down, and you really don't even have to put your hands on the ground. Yeah, you got dirty pants and a dirty shirt and maybe a couple of holes in your favorite pants, but it's worth it to stay safe, and it's worth it to show you guys the examples to shoot this video. To learn any trick safely, you need to have an eject button. If you find yourself leaning back, you can always shoot the board out and stay on your feet. It's just not worth risking falling backwards. To feel this, stand on your board and slowly move it forward. And just when you're about to fall back, jump. If you can keep your feet underneath you, you'll be a lot safer than if you just slip out and land on your back. There are countless times that I've had to use the eject button in my skateboarding. Maybe it's something as simple as someone gets in your way and you gotta stop real quick and stay on your feet. But most of the time, it just happens when you're coming out of a trick. Although this might happen naturally, just keep it in mind the next time you're skating, because you'll never know when you'll need it. The next bail you need in your arsenal is the backwards butt slide. Yeah, you might ruin your nice golf pants or dirty up your shirt, but at least you landed on the ground softly and you transferred your energy into a slide. The thing that's important, just get your feet down first, and don't be afraid to commit to getting your whole body on the ground. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So if you stay super tall and you just let yourself crash into the ground, that's gonna hurt a lot more than just getting low and pushing yourself sideways across the ground. It sucks when it's rough and you get holes in your clothes or you get cut up a little bit, but I promise getting low and sliding is a lot safer than just slamming into the floor and saving yourself with your hands. In general, whenever we're hitting the ground, we're trying to get as much surface area onto the ground as possible. A bail that's absolutely necessary to have is the forward butt slide. It's great, especially if you're going faster. This one is very similar to the eject button, but the general theme is that you just have to get really close to the ground before. I cannot overstate the importance of taking a deep squat so you can just sit down softly. You're gonna hit the ground pretty hard sometimes, but guarantee if you're standing tall and you let yourself loop out into the air and smash into the ground, it's gonna hurt a whole lot more. This is great for if you're going fast, ollieing up really high obstacles, or sometimes even if you're on transitions. This next bail is the classic Runout. It's the classic because it's the one you see most often. Whenever you're falling off the front of the board, you have to make a choice when that bail is unavoidable. Getting off the board is almost always a jump. So if you're falling forward, you have to jump to get that board away from you so you can run out of it. It's also helpful to try to run faster than you think you have to keep your feet under you. There's nothing worse than trying to get your feet down and just tripping and tripping and tripping and then ending up hitting the floor anyways. This bail is so common because, I mean, really, to put yourself in a good position to land a trick, you have to be forward. You're committed. You're leaning into it. So if you just go a little far, that is just fine. Oftentimes you're still setting yourself up for success, but it happens. Everybody has to run out from time to time. A bail that you'll come across often is just the shoulder slide. If you find yourself falling forward, but you're not really in a great position to run out of it, you have to make a decision to get low and to get your entire side body on the ground. As long as you're comfortable landing with soft knees and letting your weight get really low and then push off of your feet to initiate that slide, it's actually better. I think the less you slide, the more it's gonna hurt. Right? So if I come out of a trick and I'm forward, I can get to my side pretty easily. Yes, it hurts a little bit, but it is way better than falling forward and putting out a hand or catching yourself with your face. Now let's do the backwards run out. It's very similar to just the classic run out, but we're gonna be facing backwards. This isn't looping out and falling off of the tail and then somehow trying to get backwards. No, it's a lot of times it's used for rotation tricks where you end up having your energy moving straight back. The same principles apply as the classic run out. Make sure you're actively jumping off of the board and running a little bit faster than you think. You can use this at low speeds. If you find yourself going super fast, you can always turn it into a backwards butt slide. Now, I'm gonna go over some real world examples of when you might use these bails. If you're looking at a bump to bar and you wanna do a board slide, it's helpful to have a bail in mind that you might prefer if it goes wrong. For me, I would like to run it out because that means I'm staying forward on it and that means I'm staying tall. If I loop out backwards and I have to save it, that's a little frustrating for me because that rail is gonna be behind me and I'd rather avoid that. So I'm just gonna stay forward on it and I might jump off of the rail if something goes wrong. As soon as you feel the board stick, I literally just jumped. Nothing else to it, and stayed on my feet and gave it a good run out. I mean, look, I landed like here and I ran all the way to this bank. This comes naturally to me because I'm just used to going fast, but that's how you keep soft ankles. That's how you don't want to jam your toes into the edge of your shoe by trying to stop too quick. You really start running into trouble when you use the wrong bail for the obstacle. If I get on this rail to do a board slide and I'm sitting back, getting ready for like a eject button, that's terrible. Because if I get back here, now that brings the rail into play, and we don't want that. I want to stay forward the whole time. If you find yourself going over a hip, you might want to hit that eject button so you can stay on your feet. You don't need to get too far forward because you're already tilted down on the pyramid. And this brings in tripping into play, and it brings in having to put your hands out because it's not easy for you to get low and to do that shoulder roll. Let's say I want to do a backside flip up the step up, and I want to go pretty fast at it. I know that I'm going to end up facing backwards, so I'll keep the backwards butt slide in mind because that's the safest bail for this trick. For the stair set, you know you're going to be landing hard. A lot of your energy is going to be spent absorbing the impact. And you want to get yourself close to the ground, so you hit the ground as soft as possible. So once you absorb the impact, you can fall either direction that comes natural. If you go forward, just try to keep your speed up, get your feet on the ground first, and really push yourself across the ground. If you go backwards, make sure you get real low, and you be really careful of your hands, not to put them on the ground, so you might hurt your wrist. Thanks for watching. I hope you gained confidence from this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss anything from us. I'll see you at the next one.